So let's talk a little bit about spell templates, why they're useful, and how to build them for Roll20. In combat, you very often have a mage or some other caster who has a spell with an area effect, and you end up slowing things down as they try and calculate, well, what all can I cover with that spell? Where would I best place it to get the effect I'm looking for? And they end up drawing out lines all over the screen, trying to get everything situated. The spell template enables us to do this as a drag and drop maneuver that's already measured out. It makes it a lot quicker for the character. So let me show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll show you how to build it. Once these are all done, the player would just open up their journal tab, open up magic, and in there they would see the spells that are associated with their character. So let's say our character Cedric here is trying to cast a web spell and determine how many goblins he can catch in that web. Well, with this method, he just drag the web onto the screen. It's already sized correctly, and there you go. Now he knows he can get 3, but he can't get 4. Really simple. It saves from having to do all the measuring and calculating and everything in the middle of combat. It's just boom, this is what I want to do. And you can build these for all sorts of different area effects and so forth. So let me show you how to do that. What you're going to do is create a character for each spell template. So let's build a fireball. So I create a character. I'm going to name it Fireball. And I'm going to put it in the control of the appropriate player so that they will be able to see it. We have it set up, started here. So I'm going to save that. It exists, but there's nothing to it right now. What I need to do is create a token to associate with this and get it sized correctly. So you can do this through the art library or create your own imagery. For the record, the marketplace on Roll20 has lots of spell templates pre-built, ready to go. All you have to do is size them and set them up. And they have some really nice work there. So if you want to save yourself time, that's a good way to go. So here, this is using one of those pre-built templates. We know that a fireball has a 20-foot radius. And if you're unsure, you can look up your spells just to get the specific details. So 20-foot radius sphere. All right, I'm going to set this over here because I want to keep this information. That'll be useful. So I come down here, find a sphere. Using the template, they already tell you this one's sized for a 20-foot radius, which makes it a lot easier. You can do this without these. Once again, just find a circle and size it correctly. But if you use these, they're a lot easier to work with because they already have the pre-built lines and such in there. So a 20-foot radius sphere would be 20 foot in each direction, like so. This is now a correctly sized token. I'm going to set it to a drawing and just leave it at this size. And then I'm going to go back over to my fireball, edit, use selected token. Okay, now that means whenever this character of fireball is dragged onto the playing field, it will be sized accurately to this. As an added, you can create a little image of a fire here just to give a picture on the side, make it a little bit easier. That's a bonus, real simple. Just find an image somewhere of fire or whatever the spell is to add in. Now an extra bonus on these, what I like to do is in the bio and info field, I like to copy the relevant information from the spell and just place it in there. Fireball. So everything is right there. Now, whenever the player wants to cast Fireball, he can just open up his journal, grab Fireball, drag it onto the field, and it is the right size. Very quick and easy. This saves you a lot of time in the moment in combat, and the players tend to like it. It makes it easy for them to very simply assess what they can and can't do. So if they're curious and they say, oh, I'm going to throw a fog cloud. Well, how big is a fog cloud? You can just grab and drag. There's a fog cloud. If you want the details, open up the little sheet. There it is. Not too hard to set up. Do this in between games. Your players will appreciate it.